Fatality. Fatality. Fatality.
All right, guys, we are live. Welcome to the Fatality Games live studio chat with me, your host, Craig LeBoca of the Fatality Games. Alongside me are my co-hosts, Stephen Parks and Mr. John Peters. How are you guys doing this afternoon?
Doing wonderful. How are you, Craig?
Doing very well, thank you. Very, very well. I mean, we have been on the phone to each other for about 20 minutes now, but let's just pretend that we've just connected this phone call.
Yeah.
Well, for Stephen Parks, that is the literal case. We don't know how long he's
Yeah.
going to be live for. How's your connection, Mr. Parks? Everything going good?
Yep.
Okay, brilliant. All right, we have a very special guest for you guys tonight. Hopefully, the audio is coming through for you guys. We have Mr. John Kaczynski, Johnny K from the American dart scene, courtesy of John Peters sorting this out. So thank you very much, John. Hopefully, he's waiting by the phone, and either John or Stephen is going to connect to him, and then we'll get the questions underway.
Calling him now. Give him a call. See what he's up to. Mr. Johnny K, how are you, sir?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
How you doing, brother? Oh, so again, it's just me that can't see anybody. All right, so I'll leave. I'll come back in. I'll see what happens. This worked last week.
All right.
I'll give it another go. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna redial. Let's try this again. Jennifer,
Uh, took
there we
top 8
go.
in the Ghost of the Johnny Lee last night.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, I can see everybody. Mr. Johnny K, thank you for joining the Fatality Games live studio chat. An absolute pleasure for you taking the time out of your day to join us today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
That's good to hear. So, if you would like to start off, anybody living under a rock, if you would like to kindly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is John Kaczynski. Everybody calls me Johnny K. I've been in the dart circuit for 32 years now. Been all over the world playing and winning events, and it's been a great ride for me. But one of the most proudest things I do is my Christmas for kids.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, we're going to touch on a little bit about that through the chat. I see you do a lot of great things for the kids, and that's a win for me straight away. Tick that straight off. That's highly appreciated, no matter where you are on planet Earth. So, yeah, thank you for taking the time out of your day. The chat is going absolutely crazy for you. Mr. Paul Rogers says, "Hello, Johnny." There he is. Hello, Johnny. Love the toys for Top's hoodie. I'm assuming that's the top you've got on right now.
Yeah. Mojo always does a great job. They usually make me something special every year. And we have jerseys that are for sale to, everything goes to the kids, of course. And, I buy all the toys and deliver them. And so it's a pretty amazing thing.
So, Johnny, how did you get started doing toys for tots?
Actually, it started, I have some friends in Missouri. It was Terry and Carrie Stevenson. And I was going out there a few years in a row, and I was helping them raise money for theirs. I would just take signed merchandise and play in it's called a Woody tournament. You use the Woody darts that we use here at home, American darts, but you play on a steel tip board. So you kind of make your own darts, and we play that event, and then we would raise money for the kids. And then I had met Colleen in 2007, and she told me that I should start my own here because my area is pretty poor. And there's a lot of kids that need help. So I started doing my own, and the first year we ever did it, we raised $1,500, and I thought that was the best thing in the world, And now it's just blown up to be absolutely incredible. We're almost we're touching 500,000 over 18 years.
Wow, that's a serious amount of money, though.
Yeah, and every single penny is spent on the kids, and I buy all the toys and deliver them. I don't hand over any money to anyone. I take all the responsibility of it, and it's a pretty fun thing to be able to shop with thousands and thousands of dollars for the kids. They like the Walmarts will shut down 3-4 aisles and just let us just start bringing the stuff through. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny, you were my inspiration for doing something down in Charleston, South Carolina. And now that I don't really run it anymore, but it has been passed down to good hands, and they continue to do it every year. So,
yeah, it's great. That's great. That's an awesome thing, and that's one of the things I take pride in is there's a lot of people that have caught on and now do things for their own area and still support me as well. But it's nice to have someone else step up and do it for their own areas that actually really need it too. So it's been an overwhelming experience for me because I never even imagined it would get as big as it was what it is, or people would follow along. So I'm very proud of that.
That's awesome, man. That honestly, hats off to you. It's not an easy thing to organize and get together, I imagine. So, yeah, talk me through the process of getting that all together and getting something of that magnitude off the ground.
Well, it's a lot of work. A lot of the people don't see everything we do, and we don't obviously advertise everything. We just mostly advertise, what we have or what we've done at the end, and the amount of toys and stuff that we take in. But it's an all year process. It's not one weekend of darts where we do this. When the tournament's over on Sunday, we start over on Monday for the next year. You know, it's an all year process. We do raffle prizes throughout the year where we buy them when we get them as cheap as we can. The girls do an amazing job, Colleen and Stacy and everyone that helps. You know, we store everything in my home. So it's stored here all year long. So we take up pretty much my whole upstairs of my house to keep the things, you know, in the house and keep them safe, you know, so they're not in a storage unit where they could be damaged. And it's a lot. It's really a lot of work. The girls advertise all year long as well. You know, they run my Facebook and do so much for me. Is I'm blessed to have the people around me to make this all happen, because no way one person does this by themselves.
That's facts.
I can.
That's facts.
You know, and I, you know, I'm the one that gets all the credit where, you know, because, you know, it's my name and I started it, whatever, but all these other people deserve so much credit too that, you know, a lot of you guys don't even see or know who helps, you know, so it's nice to have people like that in your lives, including you guys, and, you know, helping, just doing this for me. And John gets toys for me every year, and Steve's always been a big supporter. Like, this is just an ongoing thing with relationships I've built, you know, over the years through darts, and now we have people that donate from all around the world, which is absolutely incredible.
Well, yeah, you can certainly include me in that after this conversation. Definitely, we're going to put a link in the post production for exactly how you can donate to the Christmas for the Kids, the
Right.
Toys for Tots. So I know John was going to help me with that post production. I know you take donations through Cash App, PayPal, and I think there's another one.
Zelle as well, and then we have the shirts. We'll have a link that you guys can post all the stuff
Yeah,
at
I'll
the
be
end.
posting a link for the jerseys.
Yeah,
The jerseys are badass this year.
they are pretty
Everybody
cool.
loves the movie Christmas Story. The jerseys are top notch, the best jerseys ever this year.
He actually said that before we went live as well, so I know he's
I
not lying here.
absolutely love the jerseys this year.
Yeah, we're getting a huge response over them. Polly's came up with an amazing design, and Colleen, my significant other, she's been she's a Christmas Story person forever and ever. Like, as soon as it comes on, it's on every day here, every day, every day. So she really loves it as well, which is, you know, important because she's a big part of this whole thing.
There we go.
And
We've
I
got our
will-
first donation for you already. Paul Rogers in the house saying, "I'll give Craig cash for the jersey to donate to John." So there you go. We got one donation already. Make that two after this.
And I will say, once I get the link for the jerseys up, if whoever's watching, pre-order, because they're going to go quick.
Yeah. Well,
Like
it
I
is
said,
only
they are.
it is only pre-order anyway. So, I don't think we're gonna have any extra at the tournament. I'll talk to Beth about it, but it looks like they're pre-order only. So you got to get your orders in.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, no problem. We'll take care of that. So tell us a little bit about your rise to fame. So, if you can explain it in as layman's terms as possible for this Brit who's been thrown into the American deep end of darts. I've been told you're somewhat of a pioneer for the American dart scene. I know you played in the PDC around about 2004 to 2006. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I played from around 2004 to 2010, 11,
Okay.
something like that. But I traveled back and forth for many years, doing the circuit. So
That's brilliant. So talk us a little bit through that. What was that journey like for you, and how did you find the cultural differences between the English game and the American game, or even just the atmosphere between the two countries?
well, yeah, it's a complete different animal over there. I mean, you're just playing against the absolute top best players in the world at all times. Here in the States, we have a ton of great players, but, you know, the competition wasn't as stiff, I would say, because, you know, obviously those guys are playing every weekend and practice for hours and hours a day, while, you know, us here in the US and Canada, you know, we have full-time jobs as well. So for us to practice that many hours is almost impossible. And, you know, and you have to stay on their level. I mean, we have some great players now that are starting to break into the scene and really make an impact in England, and all over the world, not just England. I'm just saying that's the, you know, that's the spot. You know, you
Yeah,
want to make it
the
to the
quote
world
unquote
championships.
birthplace of darts.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and then to make it to those world stages, I mean, it's just just to be on that stage with these players. And then, sometimes I actually I won a few rounds and beat them. My best finish at the World Championships is top 16. Um, Actually, I could show you something. I
Yeah,
can.
sure, go for it. I mean, top
Uh,
16, that's nothing to sniff at either.
this was it. It was 2006 is when I did it. But that's my jersey that was worn, the darts, and all accomplishments that I'm proud of that people have sent me. This is one for the Toys for Tots, and little kids write me letters. I mean, it's like I said, it's absolutely amazing. So to be able to play on that stage and just be part of the dart scene and be able to influence a lot of young players that are now really good players is it's an honor. So
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of years.
the dart scene has certainly exploded over the last few years in America, and I feel that you probably have had a lot to do with that, with all the achievements and accolades that you've had throughout the years. I cannot believe, because you look like an incredibly young guy still. I was actually speaking to Paul Rogers on my stream last night. We were talking about you in the interview we were going to do today, and I was like, I can't believe he's done all of that stuff. And if you don't mind me asking your age, John, you don't have to tell me. You can lie if you wish, but you
It's
look
no
like a
problem.
relatively young guy. But Paul Rogers says, well, he was pretty much born with darts in his hand. So I guess that kind of explains it for me anyway.
Yeah, I'm 52 years old, but I started playing darts when I was 8 years old. So,
8 years old.
but I was just American darts is what I first started on, which is they're wooden darts with a turkey feather, and you shoot 1 through 9 baseball, and it's a count up instead of going down. It's a completely different game. But what it does though is they're a little bit thicker darts, so it allows you, it makes your groups tighter, like as far as when you play other darts, because they're so fat and big that
Yeah.
if you can fit them all in a number, then you can fit any dart in anywhere.
So is that
So
the same dart that Mr. John Peters showed us last week
Yep.
yeah,
with the turkey feathers? And yeah, okay,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't actually seen the board in the flesh. I'm definitely going to look into that. It sounds very interesting at the very least.
Well, I used to have one right here in the living room, but then when Colleen moved in, things changed here. It used to be a shrine to myself. It's a pretty funny story, really. My whole house was filled with trophies. Every room, every wall, like all around the floors, I have thousands of trophies. It's just crazy. But when she moved in, that all changed.
Ah.
They're all in storage or given away, or So it's
Aren't all our wives the same? Aren't they all the same?
she's like, this is a shrine to yourself. We're not doing this. This is all going. I said, well, I'm proud of every one of them. I have trophies from when I was, I guess the first trophy I ever won, I was 8 years old. So, and that was a steel tip event in Missouri. No, it wasn't 8. The first trophy for steel tip was I was 13. And I was with my mom in Missouri, at a youth event, and she was telling me what to do, and I would just shoot because I was already throwing since I was 8. And I won the tournament, but that was pretty cool. But I never had any youth darts, in the steel circuit, because I didn't start playing steel tip till I was 22 years old. So
Okay, that's interesting. So, at what point did you think to yourself, was there a moment where you thought, you know what, I could do this. I could do this professionally. I know I'm good enough.
yeah, I mean, I had some good mentors, Darren Young, Mike Abood. They're all guys from this area that actually got me into playing soft tip first. And I went to called a bull shooter in Chicago, and I didn't know what I was doing. Still, I was just learning the game, and I think I finished fourth in the world, and I automatically became a pro, and that was it. There was no turning back. Once I knew that I had the capability and the talent to compete against anybody, I pretty much devoted myself every weekend. I was traveling almost 50 weekends a year. Uh,
Wow.
it was nuts. It was just absolutely insane. I was gone every weekend. But I loved it. I love it still so much. I wish I could travel more and still play and compete on those big stages. It just, I work for Phoenix Darts now, and I distribute electronic boards all over the country. So, and I help with some of it, all over the world. I helped bring them here to the U.S. I was the first one signed with Phoenix to bring those boards here, and now we have just about 4,000, I think, across the United States now, and we're the biggest soft tip company in the world, actually. So it's, I have a job to do, and I can't travel and play like I used to. So, but I'm
Understood.
working on it. I'm trying to get out to more. I'm going to try to do the steel circuit again this year. Get back into the CDC. I'm going to go try to win my tour card again and then actually play the events instead of just qualifying and then don't go. That's what happened the last 2 years. One year I had a back injury, and then last year just didn't work out with my job. So, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to get back there because I would love to get back on that big stage again and just, show the talent that I still do have.
For sure. And if you've got any backstage passes that you would like to hand out, just asking for a friend.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll be
Well, if
on.
I make it
It'll be an
back
honor.
there, I'll make it happen for you.
I don't doubt it. So, do you predominantly play soft tip these days? Or do
Yeah.
you just go either
I
or?
I do both, but I'm only doing like four steel tip tournaments a year. Right? I
Okay.
used to do 30 plus.
Yeah. No, I understand because being an Englishman, I've kind of gone the other way. So I was born playing steel tip. That's you. Obviously, you know exactly what it's like here. There's a steel tip
Yeah.
dartboard in every pub bar you go
Yeah.
to in the UK. I didn't find out about soft tip until I'd say about 3.5 years ago, by accident, because I wanted something to play in the house. I had a small child, and I didn't want any darts bouncing out and the worst
Right.
happening, dropping a head or something like that. So
Yeah.
I was doing some research, and the only soft tip boards I ever heard of were these cheap ones you get at the supermarket and things like that. Um, I didn't know you can get these professional grade standard like the GRANBOARD and the Phoenix boards and things like that. So
Yeah.
I kind of discovered it by accident, but as soon as I started playing, I was hooked instantly. Um, I probably shouldn't say this as an Englishman, but I actually am leaning more towards soft tip darts than I am steel tip these days. I just find it a lot more fast paced, a lot more fun, very arcade style, and that's right down my alley.
Yeah, a lot of people have found that as well. I mean, and there's also, there's some really good competitions like Phoenix. We have a $100,000 event at the end of the year in Las Vegas. It's some of the biggest prize money given out across the country. One of the biggest tournaments there is. We draw anywhere from 500 to 1,000 players at it every year, and it's and the payouts are good, so it's an attraction. You just you play league, and if you play in the leagues, then you qualify to go to main events. So and now we're having more and more tournaments throughout the country too. So besides my Christmas for Kids, there's um, we have Alabama now, and we have tournaments all over the place now. So there's more opportunities for the players to get involved, play in the leagues, and then qualify to get to these big events.
That's, that's pretty cool. Apologies for laughing. I'm getting ridiculed in the chat here by Paul Rogers. He says, "Told you, Craig, you're a Yank in British clothing." I guess I can take that as a compliment, right? At this point.
Yeah, yeah,
He also says, "Ask John if he's ever given the shirt off his back to a fan."
of course. Yeah, many times signed, given away. I try to do as much for everybody as I possibly can.
That's pretty cool, man. It's very, very nice of you to do that. Um, so, Stephen,
And
do you have any questions? Yeah, you've been quite quiet tonight. You usually don't shut
well,
up.
I was just going to say to John, that actually happened at your Toys for Tots event for me.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That was one of the first one. That was one of the first ones, I think, too. It was at Andrew's Saloon in Shepton, I think, is where it happened, right?
I believe so, yes.
Do you still
It
have
was
it?
first or third one you did or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The first couple were there. So
Do you still have it, Parks?
I do.
And why aren't you wearing it?
Because it's in Charleston and I'm in Myrtle Beach.
I'll let you off. I'll let you off this time. That's a yellow card, mate. That's a yellow card. But yeah, we'll put a link in the post production. I would like to get one myself. So I'll put up the funds for that. I mean, I know it's all going to a good cause. So, and then for what it's worth, I can wear it on the stream every week and stuff like that.
awesome. Thank you.
So what do you know about GRANBOARD streamers? Are you familiar with any of these guys? Do you see what these guys do?
I'm not, I'm not part of the group, but I do see a lot of what goes on. John's really active in it, and I guess you are as well,
Sure.
Steve, right? I mean, you guys play in it all the time. Um, I just know that there's a lot of good players and a lot of good competition in there, and I guess it's pretty, it's a pretty good system, right, guys? I mean, it works well for you guys. You're able to play tournaments almost every night of the week if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
so, I mean, that's great when you can do that from home. That's a big bonus for a lot of
Yeah.
people, just with the drinking and driving and stuff too. So, and it's nice because you can get your kids involved at an early age as well, which I know you do. So that's a bonus. Like a lot of places are bars and you can't take your kids in. So it's hard for them to get a start anywhere. I do some youth events as well when I run my tournaments. I try to, if I'm at a venue where it's possible. We always do youth events if we're able to at the location. So I'm always promoting for the kids and trying to help them the best I can as well. As a matter of fact, two of the young boys just came to my house to hunt. My godson Dylan and Ryan. They've been throwing since, I don't know. Dylan's been throwing since he's in diapers, and now he's 19 years old. Yeah, on the 31st, it's just absolutely amazing. He still plays, not a lot, but he's in school and stuff, so he's got a lot going on. And Ryan's becoming an EMT, so he's pretty busy too. So he doesn't get to play a lot anymore. But it's just amazing. All the people that I've helped impact and been part of their lives.
All right,
Well,
awesome.
and the big thing about the GRANBOARD too, Johnny, I mean, it was a godsend through COVID.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
those,
absolutely. Yeah,
you know,
I was.
they couldn't go
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
so
Yeah, no, it
I
wasn't. It was probably a help to save the game, really, because I mean, you couldn't go anywhere. I mean, I was lucky enough to have the warehouse, and we had the masks and all the stuff that you had to have. But
Yeah.
I had a warehouse with like 20 some boards in it, and we were able to go play on the weekends. So that kind of helped save the area for darts too. We had a lot of great tournaments there because there was nowhere else that you could go.
That's facts.
Um, but so
well,
lucky
and
enough, I was able to have a location to do that.
and the greatest thing about the GRANBOARD, Johnny, is I don't care if it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the morning. There, you can find a game on there. It's not like
Oh yeah,
you know.
there's
Yeah,
always somebody to play. Always.
yeah.
I forget one of the other home boards that came out or something. People said that they were great boards, but not a whole lot of people were always online.
Oh, the
Yeah.
GRANBOARD,
that's the Target Nexus board. I think you might be referring to.
Yeah. My favorite at home board was V darts. I absolutely loved V darts. I I thought
Okay.
that was one of the best at home boards you could buy.
The blue and the white
Yeah.
segments, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've had a look at that. They're very hard to
I
come by these
remember that
days.
one too. Yeah.
Yep. I love the V darts.
So do you?
That's one good
Sorry.
thing about our company with Phoenix is that's the same thing with our boards. Now that there's a lot of other manufacturers that have online stuff, but what we have all the time is we're in so many different countries that there's always somebody there to play against too on a Phoenix board, no matter what time of you go. You turn it on. There's people on there. There's never no one in the room. There's always somebody there. So that's that's a pretty good thing that we have going for Phoenix is no matter where you go, you can always have somebody to play against.
It certainly makes the world a smaller place, and for the greater good, if you don't mind me
Yeah,
saying so.
yeah,
I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you three guys if it wasn't for these online dartboards. So they've definitely come a long way since the early
right.
days.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Daniel Killian in the chat. What's up, DK? He says it was the Target Nexus board that had a little screen
Yeah.
attached to the board at the bottom, right? In fact, I think I saw during COVID, Phil Taylor and Fallon Sherrock were going at it from each other's homes on
Yep.
the old Target Nexus board. I thought that was pretty interesting watching them throw soft tip.
Yeah,
Because essentially it's unheard of here in the UK. Slowly but surely they're creeping in. I'm trying to do my bit to try and make sure it creeps in a little bit faster. But yeah, the Brits, we're stubborn and we like our steel tip, and
yeah,
I think we've still got a long way to go before we introduce the arcade style game into it full time. But I'm
right.
working on it. I'm definitely working on it.
That's great to hear.
We got Bud Crystal in the house as well. What's up, Bud? How you doing? Says Dark Connect was another. Dark Connect was steel tip, right?
No,
Yeah,
Dark Connect was soft tip.
Oh, it was soft tip. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning.
You have Dark Connect for steel tip, but there was an at-home board also for Dark Connect for
Okay.
soft.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
That didn't last long either. That was kind of like the Target Nexus board.
Okay. So where did you say you're based at the moment, Johnny?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. So was that where you were born and raised? Is that
Yeah.
your hometown?
Yeah, but still, I'm still living in on the same property that we've had our whole lives. I live in my grandmother's house, and my dad lives right next door to me on the next half acre over.
Sweet.
So yeah, I've never left. I've always been here.
That's nice. That's really sweet actually, and it's close by to Mr. John Peters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're not far away. 15, 20 minutes, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, 15, 20 minutes. That's actually really close. By American standards, that's almost next door.
Yeah, right. For sure.
When you say
For sure.
15-minute drive to me, I'm like, oh, can I really be asked? I don't know if I can be bothered. So do you have a grand board, or is it something you may be looking at getting in the future?
I don't have the time to play on. I actually have a Phoenix board in my home that I do like any kind of promotions, or I have to check things when they update the machines and whatnot. And I don't ever play on it hardly at all. I play leagues a couple nights a week. And then I play tournaments when I can.
Okay, brilliant. Busy guy. No rest for the wicked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I own a trash hauling business as well. So I have the hauling business, the vending business, and I work for Phoenix full time. So I'm pretty busy. And
is there anything
Chris,
you can't do? I also juggle with knives and fire. Anything you can't do. Wow, busy guy.
yeah,
Randy Pinacate in the chat from Hawaii. Welcome,
yeah,
Randy. Thank you for the 500 stars. He says, aloha, Johnny K. I appreciate what you, Daniel, and Justin do for me and the players in Hawaii.
yeah. They're a big part of our group that comes to Vegas every year, and they support us. They're very loyal. Great group of people.
Yeah, Randy's the best, man. I've had the privilege of speaking to Randy, playing on his stream. He comes into mine from time to time. He's just a
Yeah,
really humble, genuine guy, and he's always wanting to help people.
yeah, sure.
You'll see that by him. I think that's just embedded in his nature. But
Yeah,
yeah, not a negative word to say about that guy. So Randy, keep doing your thing, man. I certainly appreciate what you do as well.
yeah. We all do.
And Paul Rogers says, I didn't know that part. I don't know which bit he's referring to because, unfortunately, I'm the only one with the chat open today. John Peters and Stephen Parks usually join me by reading the comments.
Yeah, I
But
didn't turn the iPad on
yeah,
today.
they don't have the ability today, so I'm kind of flying solo. So I do apologize if some of these comments don't seem like they're on subject. It probably was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Zion Grove, PA. I think that's saying where you live.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. And he also says, this is from Paul Rogers. I would if we had a Phoenix anywhere near me. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying.
He doesn't have a board. He doesn't have a board near him, I guess. So I'll have to talk to him, see if we can get that changed.
There you go, Paul. There you go. You might have just got yourself a Phoenix board.
well, Johnny, we don't have plastic tip darts in Charleston either. So
Well, listen, it's very easy to become an operator. Get a business license, and I can get them to you.
Just asking for a friend one more time. What would the shipping cost be to send over to the UK in case I wanted to replace my GRANBOARD?
Well, we have to sell to operators. We can't sell to individuals. They're not it's not a home board. Yeah, it's not a home board. But if you have a business, it looks like you have a business there to me. So we could sell to you.
Yeah, technically it's a Facebook business page.
Right? Yeah.
It doesn't pay like a business, but I guess you can call it that.
Right.
Oh, what an absolute pleasure it is to have you on. So if you don't mind, what time is it where you are at the moment?
I think it's almost 4 o'clock. I think. Well, it's 3:30, I guess. We started at 3, right? Yeah. So it's about 3:30.
Yeah. So
3:30.
there's a 5-hour time difference between me and you. It was 4 hours yesterday, right? And clocks went back.
Yep.
Last night. For some reason, ours went back like almost 2 weeks ago. And I'm terrible with American time zones at the best of times. And then when they changed an hour, it completely threw a spanner in the works. I had no idea. I had to explain what time I was going live. I'm like, oh my God, this is an absolute diabolical mess. Is it an hour ahead? Is it an hour behind? But I think we got there in the end. Everything's gone back to normal.
Yeah.
And Daniel Killian says, if there's a will, there's a way. Well, there is a couple of Phoenix boards up in Manchester. I was talking to John Peters about it a little earlier on.
Yeah.
There's only 2 places, as far as I'm aware, that have soft tip dartboards in the country, and that's Club 200 in Manchester. They've got 2 or 3 Phoenix boards and 2 or 3 Darts Live 2 boards, and there is a place in Preston. I think it's Phoenix boards, but I haven't been there, so I couldn't tell you 100% for sure. But it is happening
Well,
slowly. It's
they're
happening slowly.
they're breaking in. They're breaking in.
I just wish it was a lot closer to where I live. So I'm pretty much dead central in the UK. I know driving 2, 3, 4 hours is nothing to you guys. It's like going down
Well,
to
listen.
local shops.
On a serious note, though, if you are interested, I can get you the right contacts because you could buy direct from Korea.
I am very interested, very, very
Okay.
interested.
Well,
It's something.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about it
definitely.
after, and then
Yeah.
see if we can get you situated.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll put you in touch with my fiance, aka the real boss.
Okay.
If she will let me have because I've space just about in here. If she will let me have one, then yeah, definitely we'll talk. Sounds
Okay.
good to
And
me.
actually, you could be the one to really change the soft tip game over in the UK as well if you get the business license and start throwing the boards out.
Yeah, it could be. It could end up being very profitable for you if you're engaged in darts, obviously. So it's
Did
a
I pass the job
possibility.
interview? Did I get the job?
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Just got to work on that accent a little bit.
Too sexy for you. I can tone it down just a little bit if you want.
We got to get you a nice Pennsylvania
Yeah.
accent.
Apologies to any of the ladies watching. Crystal Anne-Marie in the house says, "Hey guys, how you doing, Crystal? What's up?" Oh, the fiance's in the chat. She's just silence. 5 dots.
So Johnny, who was probably your favorite person to play in a PDC when you were playing?
My
That's a very
favorite
good
one to
question.
play? Well, obviously the most prestigious is Phil Taylor. I mean, that's just the bottom line. He's the best that's ever done it, But I really enjoyed playing with and against Raymond Barneveld because he's just such a natural throw. Like he was just, at the time I even got to play on the stage with Barneveld and played against Phil Taylor and Carver, which I have that trophy upstairs.
That's
But
awesome, man. That's
we
awesome.
we beat them in doubles. So. And I had a chance to beat Phil in singles, but I missed the double. But still, I mean, it was that's one of the highlights of my career as well as being able to play alongside Barney and against Phil, and then having a title over Phil Taylor, which not very many Americans can say they've done that, if any.
Absolutely not.
Right, it's one thing playing with these guys. It's another thing hanging with in my opinion,
Yeah.
Phil Taylor, the absolute best. So the
Yeah.
fact that you were able to hang in there with him, it absolutely speaks volumes.
Right.
Did you? So when you were playing these guys, was it just like were you kind of like, forgive me for a lack of a better term, but colleagues on the board, or did you guys hang out? Did you go out for drinks? And do you have
Well,
any
we hung out.
stories
We
there?
hung out before and after, but I toured with Phil Taylor too. I went to Australia quite a few times, and I was on tour with Phil, and we actually went to his birthday dinner and stuff like that. And Phil's a good guy. I've always had mutual respect, and always nice things to say. He's just an ambassador of the game and the best that's ever played. So to be able to share the dartboard and like you said, some meal and some drinks and stuff with him was pretty incredible too. We did it here in the U.S. when they were coming here as well. So I know most of most of the Pro Tour guys. I mean, I've got to meet pretty much all of them.
That's cool.
So
I'd be fangirling so bad. I really, really would.
yeah, when I was at the top of my game, Michael was just starting to make his impact. So. And then he just blew up. He got so good. So it's just incredible that you're able to play against these guys, and now they're making millions of dollars.
Yeah, what a fantastic story to tell the kids and the grandkids and things like
Yeah,
that. You must have so many cool stories. I would have you on here all night if you would stay. But I mean, we can run it back next week. You could be our special guest next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, if you want to be.
Oh, I got lots and lots of stories. I can tell you that. I actually have
And that's what I
dartboards.
was telling Craig yesterday. I said, realistically, I said an hour, because he's like, "Are we going to be able to fill an hour?" I said, "Craig, like we could fill 2 days worth, easy,
Yeah, I mean,
no questions
I've
asked."
I've done everything. I've been on World Cup teams. I've been all over the world: France, Germany, England, Scotland, Ireland, China, Japan. I mean, you name it. I've been everywhere. It's just been an incredible ride and an incredible experience for me to be able to do this and meet all these friends and have people that I guess show up and probably stay at their house anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, don't have to pay for hotels either now.
No, right? With the cost of everything today, it's a bonus. Are you guys going hunting?
Yeah, I'm going now.
Okay,
I gotta get up there because it's 3:37.
all right. And where's he going? Sorry, guys.
I don't know where
No,
he's
you're
going.
good. You're good.
Okay,
Probably Belinsky's.
okay.
You go.
Tell him to go to this stand by the house. The one we always get the bucks out of. All right. Good luck, and I'll be over. All right.
See you later, boys. Take care.
Off they go. We're hunting whitetail buck right now, so they're headed out tonight with their bows.
Whitetail. So you're gonna have to explain that to me in layman's terms.
Here,
It's deer.
So a buck's a deer, right? So what
Yeah.
makes it a whitetail? Is it strictly because it has a whitetail, or?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, basically, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
I'm just checking. I don't want to say anything too stupid.
Yeah.
I make
Yeah,
myself
no.
look like a fool at the best of the time. So
we got to get this guy a book.
right.
yeah, we don't have anything like that around here. We got a couple of rats and some foxes and stuff like that, but nothing of that magnitude. So Ellie Smith, my fiance, has joined the chat. She says, if the Phoenix board remains in the studio, we can have a chat. So I think we're slowly wearing her down.
That works.
Paul Rogers says, I hope he remembers there is an open room here in Rockford, Illinois, if he needs it.
There you go. See,
Although,
the
was
dark
that to
community is
me, Paul, or was
amazing.
that to Johnny K? Ah, we can all stay there. We'll make a weekend of it. We can all stay.
He's always been a good guy, a great supporter. I met him in a long time ago as well, and he always stays in touch.
Paul Rogers, he's a real one. He really is. He doesn't change for anybody, and that's what I really, really like and respect about him. He's a frequent viewer of all the dart streams, anything dart related that's posted on the internet. You'll see Paul Rogers there. You'll see him at darting events across the country and the States. So yeah, he's a real one. He shows a lot of support, and I don't think he always gets the credit he deserves.
Right.
But yeah, he's a nice guy. And he says that just me and you, John, can go. He says John Peters and Stephen Parks can stay at home.
I don't believe that he said that.
Especially Stephen Parks.
That is something Paul would say. Paul's tough on us.
Right, so Johnny, if you don't mind, I've got some quick fire questions to ask you here. So it's not all strictly about dart. Some of them are dart related, but just give me an answer, a yes or no, or indifferent. I've got about 12 questions here.
Before he starts that, remember, Peters is a Dallas Cowboys fan.
He knows what was coming. He knows what was coming. Okay,
Johnny
so here we go.
A Dallas Cowboys fan.
This means nothing to me, by the way. This means nothing to me. I have zero idea when it comes to American football. Right, so Mr. Johnny K, soft tip or steel tip?
Soft tip now.
Soft tip, okay. Your favorite sport outside of darts?
Basketball.
Basketball. Oh, nice, basketball. See, now I do like basketball. Your ideal walk-on song. Now, I know that your walk-on song you used in the PDC was Aerosmith, right?
Yeah, they had played that. But what I liked the most was Toby Keith, How Do You Like Me Now?
Nice. All right, yeah, that's a pretty cool song. Favorite movie genre?
Anything Adam Sandler.
Anything Adam Sandler, even Adam Sandler currently? Or
Yeah.
pre-Big Daddy days?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll have to agree with that. That's a pretty good answer. Sweet or savory snacks?
Sweet.
Sweet. The country that you would most like to visit that you haven't already done.
Mm.
Has there been one you've never been to?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. But
Got a list of 2.
I don't know. Germany, I guess.
You've never been to Germany?
No.
Interesting. Me neither, actually. Me neither. It's pretty much on the doorstep as well. Right. The greatest darts player, alive or dead, in your opinion?
Phil Taylor.
Phil Taylor. Did we get Phil Taylor last week, boys? Was it Phil Taylor last
No,
week?
it was not Phil Taylor. I forget who it was last week.
Who was on last week? Grace Darts, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, was it? I think. Did she say Jockey Wilson?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the question that these boys have been waiting for: Stephen Parks or John Peters?
Oh, that's not fair. I love them both. I'm not going to make that choice.
Okay, I'll do it for you. John Peters. Okay.
That's what he really wanted to say. He just didn't want to hurt Parks' feelings, which is understandable. I get it.
Would you prefer a big night out or a Netflix and chill? Excuse me.
I would say if it's dart related, a big night's out. If it's not, home with my dog is fine.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful answer there. And your favorite darts tournament to be a part of or want to watch?
The World Championships in England is the the icon of it. That's what everybody dreams of. So that's going to have to be my favorite. And then my second would be my Phoenix event. As far as prize money is concerned, and then obviously my Christmas for kids. I mentioned all 3.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, that's the end of the quick fire questions. I do want to touch on the Toys for Tots one more time for anyone who's just joining the chat. Exactly what you do, where you do it, when is the next time you're going to be doing it, and how people can donate. Again, John Peters is going to put this in the post-production in the chat so people can donate. But if you'd like to let us know, that would be perfect.
Sure. We're having a tournament, and it's at the Split Rock Resort.
Real quick, I've got 3 beautiful girls that just showed up here at my condo here in Myrtle Beach, so I'm going to go.
All right.
Down.
Oh my God. Yeah, you can't leave them out there. You can't leave.
They're a lot prettier than you 3, so.
All right.
You can't
All
argue
right.
with that.
Take care, brother.
See you
Appreciate
later.
you.
Thank you. All the best, Peters. Parks. Sorry, Peters.
So anyway, first weekend of December, and it's at Split Rock Resort in Pennsylvania, and it's a 3-day event. We have luck of the draw Friday, and then events all day Saturday and Sunday. We'll have raffle prizes. Obviously, if we have any jerseys left over, we'll have them there as well. Last year we sold out everything, which was great. But anyway, we raise money for unfortunate children. I whatever money or toys I take them to a church or a recreational facility where they separate them by age group, and every child that signs up gets a box of toys or bicycles or whatever we have for them. They do put in like a Christmas list, and we try to fill every one of the kids' Christmas list if possible. And usually by the end of it, I'll know exactly what's needed, and I take the money from the event that we have, and I go and buy everything that they are in lack of, or for the age groups that need toys. So I'm a big part of, and maybe one of the biggest parts of what they have, because they're always excited to see me. But I take at least 3 to 5 16-foot trailers full of toys into their facilities every year. Again, I've raised really close to, if not touching, $500,000 in 18 years. So it's like I said, and it's all because of you guys out there that get me to my goals, and we're able to provide for the kids. So
well, I'll absolutely do. For what it's worth, I'll do what I can. I'll definitely donate something after this chat today. I think that's a fantastic cause, man. And all I can say is keep doing what you're doing. Seriously.
I will. I will. As long as I'm healthy enough to make it happen every year, we will continue. And like I said, I have to be very thankful for all the people around me, not just the people that donate, but all the ones that are here and they sacrifice their time and energy to make this a successful event every year. And again, it goes all year round. It's not just one weekend, you know. So it's a lot of hard work involved, and a lot of people that make it happen.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant.
And if I'm not mistaken, Johnny, I think for the last few years you were like the #1 supplier of bicycles.
I was, yeah. They slowed down a little bit on the bikes. Like kids aren't requesting them as much as they used to, which is kind of odd. But I mean, these kids ask for a lot of high item prices, stuff, and we can't do that because it's not fair to the other families that don't get it. So we try to buy basically, you know, everything that kind of makes it equal out. And I've also started doing some clothing as well for them, which started 2 years ago. So I also do buy coats and hats for the winter time and things like that. So it's growing into not just a toy drive. It's, you know, providing them with some clothing and stuff that they need for the winter time. So like I said, it's an unbelievable thing and a process where I'm able to take the money and spend it on what they need, and whatever, you know, the most important things that the kids need at the time. So it's amazing.
Well, it's definitely a great cause. I mean, sometimes it could be a thankless task, but I guess, you know, in that case, it's not really about you; it's about the kids in that
Right,
sense.
right.
Which is, you know, it's fantastic. We do a charity stream here once a year at the Fatality Games for Macmillan Cancer Support. They do the 12 dart marathon. So I decided to take that on board. We've done it the last 2 years in a row, and I think we raised in total about £1,800. So over two
Very
12-hour
nice.
streams. So yeah, you know, doing stuff for charity is quite close to my heart. And you know, when John Peter says you do the biggest thing, the Toys for Tots, you know, I was grinning from ear to ear and thought that's absolutely amazing. Get him on now. Get him on yesterday.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, anytime. I'll be heading over to the United States actually in May to South Carolina. So if you are in the area and you'd like to pop over, or maybe we could hook up somewhere, that'll be great for me.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. Let's try to arrange that, and
Yeah,
I'm sure we can make it happen.
One thing
yeah.
you
So
do have to know, Craig, is if you come over and hang out with Johnny, you have to dabble in karaoke.
Yeah.
did I not
Other
tell you what my
favorite.
other job was?
Besides darts, that's his other favorite thing to do is karaoke.
I'm
Yeah.
terrible at both. I'm terrible at both. I'll still try. I will certainly
Awesome.
still try.
Yeah, it's always a fun time, that's for sure. So
Bud Crystal says this was a good watch. Great guys for darts. Thank you very much, Bud. Bud's a DOT Design sponsored darts player thrown out of Indiana. Great friend of the Fatality Games as well. Appreciate everything you do. And Paul Rogers says, Jennifer Lauk says, no Parks and Peters, don't blame me. What? Paul, say that again. That doesn't make any sense.
That's Paul blaming it on Jen that we're not invited. When really it's him. It's Paul.
Oh, there you go. Craig loves karaoke, apparently. Apparently. Right. Do you have any other questions for Mr. Johnny K before we wrap this interview up?
I do not. I pretty
No?
well acquainted with him.
Okay.
yeah,
Well, Johnny, is there anything else you would like to let us know? If not, give a shout out to anybody and everybody you would like to. Again,
yeah.
we appreciate
Actually,
your time.
okay, no problem. Actually, I just like to send my best wishes out to the Baggish family.
Sure.
Truan is battling hard for his life, so we're praying for him.
All right, brother. No, 110% respect for that. Yeah, shout out to Danny Baggish and his entire family, man. We all know what he's going through, and we hope we hope and pray for the best. We really, really do.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for having me on the show. I appreciate it. It
Anytime,
means a
man.
lot
Thank
to
you
me.
for the time.
You know, and if you guys ever want me to come back on, I have no problem doing it. We can talk about anything you want. I got years and years and years of stories. So,
For sure.
again, I appreciate it very, very much.
Well, I've been hired by you now, haven't I? So I'm technically
Yeah,
your employee.
yeah.
So I'll do it at your will.
Yeah, all good.
All right,
brother.
brother. Thank you so much for the time. Listen, guys, this
Yes,
has been the
sir.
Fatality Games live studio chat. Thank you to our special guest, Mr. Johnny K.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thank you to our co-host Stephen Parks and Mr. John Peters. I will be live again this Tuesday night for our GRANBOARD doubles night. So if anyone would like to be my partner live on the stream, that's where I'll be. And next Sunday we'll have another guest for our Fatality Games live studio chat. My name's Craig. This is John Peters. This is Mr. Johnny K. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope to see you
Thank
both
you.
soon.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you
fellas.
very much. I'll be in touch.
Take care. Have a great
Take
evening.
care, guys.
Bye,
See
guys.
ya.
Thanks.